saving me in that one spot. We're not going to skip over Italian Festival. We have to play Italian Festival.
Yeah.
Good mark. Straight in. over Italian holiday. We'll come back to that this afternoon, maybe. And they're past due. We got to play something short. Go back to Home on the Range. They're running late, it looks like, but they could call on us anytime to do Alberta. Home on the Range, please. Home on the Range, 2 empty beats. Perfect timing. Alberta on the left side of your folders. Alberta, Fanfare and Processional, O Canada. Alberta, Fanfare and Processional, O Canada. Travis, there's a measure of temporal O Canada, okay? 2. Fanfare and Processional starts as the measure of drums.
It is my pleasure to introduce a special and important addition to Convocation ceremonies that reminds us all of the ancestral lands of the First Peoples of Canada. This song is called a victory song that will start us off in a good way at every one of our Convocation ceremonies. Over the past hundreds of years, there have been many victory songs that have been passed down through generations. These songs have a special power to them and therefore carry such great meaning, as this song correlates with the treaties signed with the Crown and the First Peoples of Canada. The treaties were agreements signed as a foundation for ongoing relationships in understanding one another, so that we live together in a respectful relationship as we move forward together to advance reconciliation. We present this song to uplift the spirit and to encourage all of us to come together to sing and dance in victory for the graduates' accomplishments. It is my pleasure today to introduce the victory song, and I extend gratitude to our traditional singers and cultural ambassadors, Lyle Tutusis, Monty Sunchild, Al Crawford, Adrian Lachance, Colin Rain, and Jade Tutusis, who have pre-recorded this victory song for the U of A Convocation ceremonies. If you are able, please remain standing. Whatsoever things are true, a promise made here at the University of Alberta over 100 years ago. Today, we are gathered to celebrate this commitment to ourselves and to our community. We celebrate with all those who leave here today with their degrees. May you continue to seek truth. May you continue to serve in our global home. May you continue to grow in wisdom and understanding. And may you continue to uphold the university's values of integrity, freedom, and the equality and dignity of all persons, to create a community filled with promise for the future and goodwill toward all. Please be seated. Welcome to the University of Alberta. My name is Peggy Garrity, and I have the great honor and privilege of serving as the Chancellor of the University and conferring all of your degrees today. I'd like to acknowledge that the University of Alberta is located on Treaty 6 territory and the homelands of the Métis. In stating this, we must recognize our responsibility in working in relationship alongside First Nation and Métis people and their communities on our way forward, and in good relations in uplifting the whole people for the next 7 generations and the university for tomorrow. On behalf of the entire university community, I'm delighted to welcome you to this convocation. It's an exciting day for all of us. Graduands, we are very pleased that so many of your friends and family members could join us to celebrate your degrees. As you participate in today's ceremony, you're walking in the footsteps of generations of scholars. And each of the traditions you see on the stage and throughout the ceremony today have special meaning and significance. Today's formal procession to the stage, led by our Chief Marshal and the University Mace, originates in the procession of the Guild of Teachers. Such guilds in past centuries were dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge, just as our university is today. The many different academic gowns, hoods, and caps here on stage today reflect centuries of university tradition. As Chancellor, I wear our University of Alberta colors of green and gold. The different colors of your own faculty hoods signify to everyone here and to our society the degree that you have earned. Your caps, those Oxford-style mortarboards with the somewhat annoying tassels, may be considered a symbol of the scholar's independence and freedom. These symbols and traditions remind us of our connections to the past, but seeing your faces here today and conferring your degrees is all about the future, about your future, and the future you will create for our communities and for the world. We will hear from a member of our Board of Governors and our University President. We'll also hear from Mr. Bert Crowfoot, who has accepted our invitation to receive an honorary doctorate of laws, our university's highest honor. An honorary degree recognizes inspiring role models and leaders, celebrating extraordinary achievements or remarkable service to our society. And I'm so proud, Bert, to be able to celebrate your honorary degree today. Following the presentation of the honorary degree, we will begin the recognition of your degrees. One of our deans will present you on behalf of the faculties, and our president will guide you through your pledge to pursue the encouragement of learning and the public good. It will then be my great honor to admit you to your degrees and confer upon you all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that come with being a university graduate. Then it will be your turn to be up here on the stage with us. Each of you will cross the stage as your name is called. And for everyone here, I'm sure that will be the most important part of today's ceremony. Your degree will actually be conferred as I congratulate you and meet each one of you on the stage. So please pause for a moment so I can congratulate every one of you. That moment will bind you and the University of Alberta together for all time. President and Vice Chancellor Bill Flanagan and Board of Governors Representative Rakesh Saraf join me here in recognizing your accomplishments today. Distinguished guests on the Convocation stage also include a number of community leaders and members of our Academy. I'm very pleased that the Dean and professors from our Faculty of Business are here to congratulate each graduate as you cross the stage. We're all here to welcome you to our University of Alberta alumni family. I hope you enjoy the day. And I'd like to start with greetings from our Board of Governors.
Good morning. My name is Rakesh Saraf, and I'm here on behalf of the board. Eminent Chancellor, President Flanagan, distinguished guests, graduates, families, and friends, I'm pleased to participate in this special day on behalf of the Board of the Governors to bring the board's greetings and hearty congratulations. Today is a day of celebration when the entire university community, along with your families and friends, gathers to celebrate you, the graduating class of 2023. It's also the day to celebrate the university, which by virtue of this marvelous milestone has successfully provided you with the academic resources to support your engagement with issues and opportunities of 2023 into the future. Collectively and cooperatively, you will be the generation that moves society forward in arts, in the economy, in knowledge, discovery, and research. You have been changed over the years at U of A. The knowledge you have gained here will enable you to address society's issues, influence others, and shape our collective future. You are the kind of citizen who will apply critical thought, share your knowledge, foster common understanding, employ the skills you have gained here to better society in competent, thoughtful, ethical, and engaged way today, tomorrow, and from now on. A heartfelt congratulations to you, your families, friends, and supporters. Be proud, savor the moment, savor the success. Enjoy today. We wish you the very best for future.
It's now my pleasure to invite President Bill Flanagan to address Convocation.
Hello and welcome. I'm delighted to join you on this spectacular summer day, and what a great day to celebrate. And I'd also like to express a warm welcome to our honorary degree recipient, Mr. Bert Crowfoot, and our many guests in the audience, and above all, the graduating class of 2023. Now, graduates, we are here today to celebrate you and your achievements. And today marks a milestone in life's journey, one that has been filled with exploration and excitement. And what you've accomplished along this journey required dedication and perseverance, no doubt many countless late nights and early mornings. And along the way, you've experienced a full range of emotions, sometimes all at once. And at times, the journey may have seemed tough, almost impossible, yet here we are, you have made it. And we can't forget the added challenges that many of you faced during your time here. Many of you have earned your degrees amid unprecedented global conditions, living through a pandemic and toggling between in-person and online learning. I want you to know that this did not go unnoticed. On behalf of the University of Alberta, I want to offer my profound appreciation to each and every one of you. Regardless of the many changes and challenges you've encountered along your journey, you've always been quick to adapt, you've been resilient, you've demonstrated your tenacity, and above all, you've come together as a community. And along with COVID, the university has undergone its own evolutionary journey during your time here, as challenging economic conditions and academic restructuring saw us forge a new path forward. There's still more work to be done, but I know that our university is prepared for the future, and the future is bright. We are in a strong position to continue to advance this remarkable university, which has grown and endured and cultivated knowledge and ideas since its founding in 1908. And throughout 115 years of change, our core mission has always remained the same: to build one of the world's great universities for the public good. And there are many universities in the world doing meaningful work, but only a handful are doing globally recognized research on such a comprehensive array of some of the world's most significant challenges. Addressing climate change head-on, we are a global leader in developing net energy solutions for tomorrow. And as one of the world's leading research universities in artificial intelligence, we are harnessing the remarkable potential of AI to touch so many aspects of our lives, from improving human health and wellness to driving new efficiencies that will dramatically reduce energy consumption. And home to Canada's second Nobel Prize in Medicine, our health sciences are at the cutting edge at advancing the whole spectrum of human health and wellness. And as the Earth's population grows, our agricultural research is advancing global food security worldwide. And we are leading the way in advancing truth and reconciliation with a core commitment to recognize, honor, and incorporate Indigenous ways of knowing and knowledge in all that we do. And in the social sciences and humanities, we are advancing and defending free and democratic societies committed to justice, equity, and opportunity for all, with a focus on reducing social disparities in Canada and around the globe. I am proud to say that the University of Alberta is among a small handful of global universities with the research and teaching strength to make world-changing contributions to each and every one of these single challenges. We are leading with purpose and developing solutions for our planet and our society. And we're also fortunate to have an extraordinary undergraduate business program represented, of course, with all of our graduates here today. This is a program that continues to educate students with the knowledge and skills needed to succeed in Alberta and Canada and around the world. And the Alberta School of Business fosters and supports an environment where innovation and entrepreneurial thinking flourish. And I know that it is this innovative thinking that will ensure that you make an impact in the world around you. And our impact, and that of our graduates, is recognized on the global stage, such as the recent Times Higher Education Impact Ranking. This ranking is the only global performance measure that assesses universities against the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, including ending poverty, ending world hunger, climate action, and sustainable land use. And the latest results are just in. We continue to climb in this ranking. This year we came in 7th in the world, 2nd in Canada. This is the impact we are having. And in last year's QS World University Rankings, one of the most influential university rankings in the world, we moved up 16 spots in 1 year. This is simply unheard of. This never happens. A remarkable achievement. And the University of Alberta now ranks 110 out of more than 1,400 of the world's top universities, placing us among the top 4 in Canada. As you might be able to tell, I'm a little proud of our university. These rankings reflect a deep commitment in our research and our teaching, whether in the classroom or in the lab, to seek challenges, drive change, innovate, and collaborate. This is what it means to lead with purpose. And each of you here today has played a part in building that global reputation. But undoubtedly, the University of Alberta's most significant contribution to society and to the world is the remarkable talent of our graduates, represented by all of you here today, and all of the incredible things that you will do as you continue along life's journey. You are the builders and thinkers and leaders who will help find us our way through the world's most challenging issues. You are the ones who will bring new energy and fresh thinking to the great debates and challenges of our times. We can't wait to learn about all of the amazing ways that you will use your skills, knowledge, and curiosity to help change the world for better. We are enormously proud of you. So today we celebrate your achievements and the bright futures that are to come. And wherever life's journey takes you next, please know that you will always have a home right here at the University of Alberta. Thank you.
knowledge shall not be the concern of scholars alone. The uplifting of the whole people shall be its final goal.
They inspire us all with their brilliance, creative force, and fervent desire to make the world a better place.
I accept in the name of our poor people.
Dream your dreams. It is possible to have a new kind of world.
Those who receive an honorary degree from the University of Alberta set the highest standards of dedication and excellence for students and for society at large.
It is a good day to be you.
Remember who you are. Remember where you come from.
And while their backgrounds and fields of endeavor vary widely, all are exceptional.
Maybe it's best if I just speak from the heart.
I will remember you.
How lucky are you to be armed with one of the greatest educations in the world and to be living in this country at this very point in human history?
We face today a clash of ignorances.
You are who make the history. You are who create the future.
U of A honorary degree recipients embody the university's vision to inspire the human spirit through outstanding achievements in learning, discovery, and citizenship in a creative community.
Your generation will be called upon to balance what is now moving quickly to a tipping point.
I think we are now in the threshold of a new beginning.
It is a spirit that is building one of the world's great universities for the public good.
It is your attitude that will sustain you. It is not what happens to you, it is what you do with it.
Go out and not simply change the world, go out and save the world. That is what I would seek you to do.
Eminent Chancellor, my name is Vikas Mehrotra, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Dean for the Alberta School of Business. On behalf of the Senate of the University of Alberta, it is my privilege to introduce Bert Cecil Crowfoot for the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws, our institution's highest honor. His Siksika name is Kyo Star or Bear Ghost, and his Kwakwa Ke walk name is Getulas, as always giving. He's a great-great-grandson of Chief Crowfoot, who signed Treaty 7. Mr. Crowfoot is a Siksika Salto photographer, award-winning coach, the founder and CEO of the Aboriginal Multimedia Society of Alberta, or AMSA, and the general manager of Windspeaker Media. He has deep roots in our province, but the impact of his leadership stretches across Turtle Island. Since founding AMSA in 1983, Mr. Crowfoot saw the transformation of a non-profit organization that relied on government funding into a financially independent and expansive media organization. Today, they remain Canada's largest publisher of Aboriginal news and information and are a recognized leader in Indigenous communications in North America. Mr. Crowfoot has been instrumental in establishing several media industry associations, including the National Aboriginal Communications Society, the Alberta Magazine Publishers Association, and the Western Association of Aboriginal Broadcasters. Since 2015, he has partnered with the Sound Studies Institute at the U of A to preserve and make accessible extensive audio-visual materials dating back decades. These cultural treasures are of great significance to Indigenous communities in Alberta, and digitizing them brings their cultural memory to light. Mr. Crowfoot also captures and preserves Indigenous heritage and culture as an award-winning photographer. His stunning images of people, landscapes, powwow performances, and sports are featured in numerous collections. Many dancers trust him to take their photo knowing that he will respect them, the dance, and capture the ceremony within the dance. For over 30 years, Mr. Crowfoot coached Aboriginal youth basketball and softball teams to local, provincial, and national championships. For him, coaching young people was an opportunity to help them get to know themselves, explore their heritage, and hone their own skills and talents. By supporting their personal development, he helped to shape many future leaders. For his many contributions, Mr. Crowfoot was awarded Alberta's Lifetime Achievement Award, inducted into the Aboriginal Walk of Honor in Edmonton in 2006, and recognized in Venture magazine's Top 100 Albertans Who Built the Province, and 50 Most Influential Individuals in Alberta. In 2023, he received the Alberta Magazine Achievement in Publishing Award. Today, we honor his dedication to sharing and preserving Indigenous history, language, and culture in our province. We recognize his entrepreneurial leadership to establish a successful media organization that fills a vital need in our society. And we celebrate his profound respect and generosity for others, sharing with them a love of sport and fostering future leaders in the process. Eminent Chancellor, with great pride and respect, I present Bert Crowfoot.
Whenever an individual is being recognized for outstanding achievements and other great accomplishments, it is customary to honor that person with a special honor song. Over the past hundreds of years, there have been many honor songs that have passed down from generation to generation, community to community, and from family to family. These songs have a special power to them and therefore carry such great meaning and emotion when sung for the honoree. It is these songs, accompanied with the beat of the drum, that truly show deep honor and love in its greatest light. It is my pleasure today to introduce this song in honor of Dr. Bert Crowfoot, our honorary degree recipient today. I'd like to now invite Don Kootenay, who is joining us off stage for this special presentation. Mr. Kootenay is a member of the Alexis Nakota Sioux Nation, and Dr. Crowfoot asked him if he would perform an honor song in recognition of this momentous occasion. Out of respect, I ask that no recordings or photos be taken during the honor song, and if you're able, would you please stand? Thank you very much. Please be seated. Bert Cecil Crowfoot, in recognition of enduring commitments to preserve and revive Indigenous histories and cultures through media and the mentorship of youth through sport, I desire to confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws and to express the hope that we shall continue to be enriched by your wise counsel for many years to come. Congratulations, Bert.
Thank you.
I'll take this. They'll take this. They'll take this for you.
Well, thank you. I'd like to thank Don for that song, and I want to share it with you guys that are graduating today. I'd also like to thank the Chancellor who introduced me, because he gave my speech, so I don't have to say anything anymore, and we'll see you guys later. I guess I'm still here. I didn't march in with the people because I've got some issues with my hip, and I like to say it's old age or arthritis, but my doctor tells me I'm just out of shape, so I need to work on that part of it. So, Okya, Tanse, Ambawashte, Anin, Adelante. Hello. I was just waiting to see how she translated that. Those are greetings in the 5 Indigenous people of Alberta, and welcome. First of all, I want to thank my family, Lydia, Sandra, Brad, Shayanna, and my beautiful granddaughter, who you might see wandering around, and and my extended family, my brothers, nephews, and that are here today. I'd also like to thank all the people that have worked for me and all the hard work that they've done to achieve the goals that we've set as an organization. Without them doing all the work and me just sitting here looking good, we wouldn't be where we are today. I'd also like to thank Carol Russ, who's been with me from day one as my financial person. I respect Carol and all that she has done for AMSA. I even gave her an Indian name. I call her Three Horses, and that's because of nag, nag, nag. She's always on my case. At AMSA, we have Bert dollars, and then we have real dollars, and so, anyway, that's self-explanatory. I'd also like to thank the board of directors of the organization, Noel McNaughton and the rest, some of us who have been with us for the past 40 years. If not for all of you, none of this would be possible. This honorary degree is dedicated to my oldest sister, Amelia, and my family. She believed in education and how it would be the answer to our people's needs. She often said, education is the new buffalo, or ini. Education was important to my family. My parents believed in it so much, they sent us away to live with non-Indigenous families for the school year. I was 12 years old when that happened. We lived with those families for 10 months, never went home, and went home in the summers. They wanted to break the cycle of what was happening on the reserve, so they sent us away. It must have worked because in my family, my brothers and sisters, there was 10 of us. There's 22 college degrees. And I'm so proud of them. My sister Deanna told me a story how my late mother told Amelia that our families was like a dog team. She told her that if you lead, The others will follow. My sister was such a powerful motivator. She had me enrolled at Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah, secured funding and housing for me. She even picked me up at the bus depot in January 1972 and drove me to the dorms where I would be residing. She was so motivating. I went to BYU and I still hadn't graduated from high school. I was 3 credits short. And when I went to BYU, I wanted to be a doctor. But life, but life had other plans for me. I switched to physical education recreation. For year 2, I wanted to teach and coach high school. In 1977, I was 1 semester short of graduating before I decided to take a year off to pay off some bills. I was working as a silversmith when I was offered a job as a part-time freelancer to cover a basketball tournament. He must have liked what I wrote and took photos, and he sent me to a hockey tournament the next weekend, and after that he offered me a full-time job. And that's how I got my start into media. I worked my way up to publisher, and I started a couple of other newspapers in my basement, the Nation's Ensign and 1981 Powwow Trail. In 1983, we started the Aboriginal Multimedia Society of Alberta, and we started publishing Windspeaker newspaper and changed it in 1985. In 1986, we started into radio, and like most people, we started off with government funding, but I learned that government funding was always guaranteed and it could end any time. I learned that you had to diversify your revenue streams in order to become financially stable. If you lost one, you could survive on the rest. I'm so proud of the fact that we are an independent Indigenous media, which is unbiased, objective, and adheres to the ethics of journalistic principles. Another life-changing moment happened in the mid-'80s. I was coaching softball and women's basketball at a high level, and I noticed that the other teams were equal in physical and technical talent, but the biggest difference was mental. I started studying many sports psychologists, and I could see what they believed in. My brother Strader, who's here today, gifted me a copy of cassette tapes called Psychology of Winning by Dr. Dennis Waitley. I put one cassette in my pickup, this is back in the 80s, and I listened to it for a week. And the next week, I would flip it over and listen to the other side. There was 12 lessons, and it took me 12 weeks. But when I finished, it was a life-changing moment. It completely changed how I looked at life, and I'm so thankful for that. There were 10 traits of a winner. One of these traits is look for the positive in a negative experience. When something negative happens, try to find the lesson or the positive in it. In 1990, the federal government cut funding to all Native papers in Canada. 9 out of 11 newspapers closed their doors. So there I was thinking, what's the positive in this? What's happening? You know, what's to learn? But I realized that there was a void across Canada, and Windspeaker went national to fill that void. So that's turning something negative into a positive. One of the other traits is to surround yourself with positive people. Teach and coach them what their role in the success of the organization is, and then get out of their way. Goals are another important part of being a winner. In 1987, we had set goals of having 1 million, having one 100,000-watt radio transmitter, and raising $1 million in funding through our radio bingo sales. Later this year, we have 9 100,000-watt transmitters across Alberta. There's a network. We have 3 Indigenous radio stations, CFWE, which is country, CJWE, which is Southern Alberta's country as well, and then the Raven, 89.3, which is just Edmonton right now. My goal is to have 1 million watts of Indigenous power. 2 years ago, for bingo sales, we wanted to break $1 million. Last year, during COVID, we had $6.7 million. Now, people say radio and bingo, and we've had other radio stations kind of make fun of that, but like I said, $6.7 million. And all of that revenue goes back into expanding our distribution. And like I said, we've got Raven and Edmonton only, and I'm hoping to expand that across the province. We receive about $300,000 a year in government funding, but our budget is over $10 million a year. So that's, all of that is self-generated. Another thing that I'm most proud of is our language program for our radio networks. We broadcast in 5 Indigenous languages and 3 Dene dialects. In this era of reconciliation, language is a powerful tool. We share our language, culture, and stories with all the people of Alberta. We are inclusive. I once heard a gentleman who everybody said was racist, who owned this convenience store just out in the country here. And I decided I wanted to check him out. So I went to the store. I walked in, and he was sitting behind the till, just watched me, never said a word. I got what I needed to get, came in, and paid for it, and still not a word. And then when I was finished, I kind of bowed a little bit, and I said, you know, Kamsamida. And his head shot up, and he looked at me. He said, "You're not Korean?" And I said, "No, but I was in Korea in 1975. I was at Gangwon-do province and explained all the different places that I was at. And we talked for 30 minutes. And that's the power of language. 2 words in his language. Thank you. And so I coached women's softball and basketball for over 30 years. And I've been fairly successful. I coached Team Alberta at the Canada Summer Games in 1993 in Kamloops. I used that same philosophy of mental toughness with my athletes. We used to run pitching camps in the winter, and I had 120 pitchers come out. And a lot of the teams that I competed against, we trained them so that they would become tougher opponents for us, and it made us better in the end. I've always wanted to have the best mentors. So I went out and I talked to Ralph Weekly, who was coaching in NIAI in the States in Tacoma, Washington. He came on board up here to Canada and worked with my teams. In 1996, he was the coach, one of the hitting coaches for the USA team at the Atlanta Olympics. Another young lady I coached was telling me that she, in her career, was starting to take management lessons. And we did her wedding photos, and she sent me a thank you card. And she says, "I'm taking lessons, but I've heard this all before. I heard it from you when I was 12 years old. Thank you." Another young lady that I coached recently was inducted into the Alberta Sports Hall of Fame, Kara Curry Hall. And she had indicated that some of the teaching was an influence in her in achieving the status that she has achieved as a multi-sport team builder. As culture roots, as a photographer, I've had the opportunity to shoot a lot of cultural events across Alberta. As you heard earlier, you were asked not to record. In the olden days, we didn't record because of fear that the priests or nuns would find out that we were doing our cultural stuff and they would punish us. Nowadays, we ask that we not record because it'll get posted to social media. And that's, that has changed a bit. I've shot a lot of different images. I've been asked to photograph some ceremonial events, spiritual events for preservation purposes, not to be aired, not to be printed, but for it to be stored for future generations. In 1960, the Blackfoot did their last Sundance, and they didn't want to lose some of the ceremonies and songs, so they had the Glenbow Museum come out and record everything. In 2000, they wanted to bring back the Sundances, and ours is different. There's 4 tribes in the Blackfoot Confederacy. Ours was different from the other 3. And so they went to the Glenbow, they retrieved all the old songs and all the ceremonies, the film, and brought back our Sundance just as it was in 1960. And that's important of preserving our images and cultures for future generations. In closing, I first went to school to become a doctor. Then life got in the way. Now I guess I got to go back to my high school and get my diploma, and maybe that last semester of university. I'm very proud to be the 5th Dr. Crowfoot in my family. I have, there's my granddaughter. Uh-oh. I guess she's telling me I've talked too long. Anyway, I have a brother, Dr. Deb, a sister, Dr. Becky, 2 nephews, Dr. Redmond and Dr. Nathan, all dentists, and I guess I'll just be Dr. Burt. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Burt, for your words of wisdom, your humor, your teachings, and all of the things that you are doing to preserve and uplift your culture and learn so that all of us can learn from you as well. I'm so pleased to be able to celebrate today with you. And to commemorate this honorary degree, we now ask you to sign our University Honor Roll. That makes it official. You are now a member of the University of Alberta class of 2022. You may not have a high school diploma, and we can't help you with that, but now you are officially Dr. Crowfoot. Welcome to the family. Congratulations. And now, graduates, it's your turn. As the name of each graduate is called to cross the stage, I will formally admit you to your degrees and will have an opportunity to congratulate you. On your journey across the stage, you will walk past the University of Alberta ceremonial mace. It's sitting right there in the center stage. Centuries ago, the mace was a symbol of authority over life and death. And I can assure you that is no longer the case, or I'm not going anywhere near it. Today, this mace represents the life-changing power of knowledge and the importance of our university and our graduates in the community. I look forward to meeting you on the stage.
The candidates for degrees will please rise, if you're able. You will be asked to provide a spoken response for the pledge with the President, which will appear on the screen shortly. Eminent Chancellor and President, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you these scholars and ask that they be pledged and admitted to the degrees to which they are entitled.
Now, to our graduates, when you respond to the pledge, let's raise the roof of the Jubilee. I want to hear you. Do you promise faithfully to observe and loyally to maintain the statutes, customs, privileges, and liberties of this, your university? Do you solemnly promise to conduct yourself in all things loyally and faithfully to the honor of your university, the encouragement of learning, and the good of your country. Well done.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of the province, and with the consent of this university, I admit you to the degrees to which you are entitled, and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining to such degrees. I charge you to use them for the uplifting of the whole people, to inspire the human spirit, to serve your community for the public good, and to pursue more steadfastly whatsoever things are true. Please be seated.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Vikas Mehrotra, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Business. For the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, the recipient of the Dr. Hugh Harries Medal in Business, Alyssa Katrina Maria Tissi, with distinction.
Alyssa Tissi is this year's recipient of the Dr. Hugh Harries Medal, awarded to the convocating student in the School of Business at the University of Alberta, who has obtained the highest academic standing in the courses in the final 2 years of the BCom program. Congratulations. Alyssa has been recognized with several awards during her studies, including the Art MacNichol Scholarship in Business Excellence, the University of Alberta Undergraduate Scholarship, and the John Oliver Langley Award. And during her degree, Alyssa took part in an independent research project to help develop materials for current and future international law courses. In the community, she participated in student initiatives such as the Alberta Not-for-Profit Association. And in addition, she joined the Women in Business to foster relationships with like-minded peers and industry professionals. And throughout her third and fourth years of study, Alyssa worked as a teaching assistant for management science. And these skills allowed her to begin an internship with ATB Financial in facilities operations. And upon graduation, Alyssa is excited to start the next chapter of her academic journey as she begins law school in the fall, which of course I'm thrilled to hear as a law professor. Well done. So congratulations, Alyssa.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with honors, Raphael Juhok Song with first-class honors. Stephen Andrew Van Sevenant with first-class honors. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Angelica Abelon. Claire Catherine Adam with distinction. Ria Agarwal with distinction. Gabrielle Olivet Aguiar. Monim Hassan with distinction. Syed Ifraz Hassan with distinction. Sadadin Mohammed Arjam. That is Ajram, I'm sorry. Ebun Oluwafikayomi Akomolafe with distinction. Bassam Abdo Al Goumey with distinction. Syed Sabeh Ali. Samir Amir. Haley Soyun An with distinction. Also receiving today a certificate in leadership, Stephanie Maria Anielski with distinction. Cody Anklam with distinction. Maleka Arif with distinction. Alize Arshed with distinction. Nicholas Peter Wilhelm Arst. Isha Babar. Lauren Babich. Mustafa Badawi with distinction. Jimeng Bai. Sharon Baines with distinction. Nick Balkan. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Julie Bang with distinction. Shaotong Bao. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Zachary Ryan Kenneth Basisti. Yuvrav Singh Basi. Also receiving a certificate in international learning, William James Kiguli Mbasa. Kash Beamish. Adam James Belovich. Also receiving a certificate in international learning, Subhankar Bendarkar with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in innovation and entrepreneurship, Martin Jim Bendico. Also receiving a certificate in international learning, Tony Lynn Benning with distinction. McGuire Bentz. Ashnil Batnagar with distinction. Rahul Ming Batnagar. Ray Bai. Paige Bickford with distinction. Holly Balinsky with distinction. Matthew Cooper Blair. Donovan James Blanky. Benjamin Connor Bodner. Christabel Evangelista Boyle with distinction. Kim Kate Bonneau with distinction. Henry Cleveland Bordian. Lee Boschneck with distinction. Jameson Bryant Cameron Boston with distinction. Adam Ronald Bowie. Dashiell Conroy Bowling with distinction. Hunter John Boyer with distinction. Jujar Singh Brar. Noah Bradieu. Jordan Alexander Brown with distinction. Hai Bui with distinction. Daniela Salazar Bumanglang. Mohammed Marwan Burhani.
Just as it's spelled.
Daniel Moroni Viana Cabral. Jackson Zale Winston Kadger. Kirill Dane Gabriel Carlos. Dave Chan. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Rihanna Simone Charan. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Gabnit Karchima with distinction. Ethan Yao Young Chok. Receiving a certificate in innovation and entrepreneurship and a certificate in leadership, Mehul Chaudhry. Justin Lawrence D. Clark. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, John Allen Claren with distinction. Michaela Marie Cullum with distinction. Francine Grace Naomi Delamour. Josh Jacob Dasiopo. Arjanjot Singh Dhaliwal. Amanat Dillon. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Reese Allen Dignard with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Andy Doe. Carter Sean Dirksen. Yushi Dong with distinction. Mackenzie Ann Dulk. Also receiving a certificate in leadership, Bianca Nicole Dumonceau. Christopher Duong. Min Duong with distinction. Nicholas Duong. Samantha Catherine Drushnabel with distinction. Etebom Usakuma Ekwere.
Emperador.
Hannah Jasmine Gertiza Emperador.
Reese.
Colin Reese Epp with distinction. Kyler John Ertman. Philip Gago Esteves. Bethan Evasiu with distinction. Jose Rafael Fajardo. Zihue Fang. Nafiz bin Farouk. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Ivy Feng. Jensen Nicole Fertig. Matthew Roth Fetter. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Kiana Filipovich. Joseph Loud Flores. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Veronica Olga Folosevich. Justin Isaac Fong. Matt Joseph Fontaine. Alexandra Marie Forrest. Caitlin Marie Foster. Alexandra Gemma Fraga with distinction.
Frederick.
Jared Tristan Frederick.
Freeman Lau.
Vienna Nicole Freeman Lau with distinction. Xue Fu with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Samantha Alma Gardner with distinction. Carter Alexander Goff with distinction. Ella Grace Getchell. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Caitlin Isabella G. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability and a certificate in leadership, Mitch Jack Edward Gerling. Tyler Charles Gordon. Chase Logan Grattan with distinction. Gurvir Kaur Grewal. Harleen Kaur Grewal. Haipeng Guan. Yujun Guo with distinction. Jackson Timothy Allen Guylander with distinction. Yusuf Habib with distinction. Neha Heder. Drew Lance Ham. Also receiving a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, True Isabella Hope Hamilton with distinction. Xinhui Han with distinction. Ethan Andrew Happer with distinction. Mackenzie Reno Harden with distinction. Alyssa Catherine Hartford with distinction.
Hogjord.
Jacob Hilberg Hogyord. Christine He Fang. Shindi He. Also receiving a certificate in innovation and entrepreneurship, Blake Hedges. Aiden Afzal Nizar Hemraj.
En español.
Daniel Alejandro Harari Juarez with distinction. Carly Ann Hessen with distinction. Lauren Linnea Holden. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Michelle Hong. Yiteng Hu.
Dandy Huang. Tingui Huang. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Rayan Huda with distinction. Horan Hui. Laura Sharon Jean Hui. Kyle Orlanis Ilagan. Daria Nicole Ionescu. Anastasia Inonia with distinction. Remington Chetley Irwin with distinction. Taylor Emma Jaworski with distinction. Liam Ross Jewett with distinction. Hansika Kashini Junker. Han Jiang with distinction. Drumel Jingar. Nathan Abrio Jigalan. Javinder Singh Kang. Wenze Kang. Nima Kapoor. Justine Erica Valoria Kearney with distinction. Sartu Kadir. Lokash Mikhail Kajura. Daniel Robert Carestes. Harmeen Kar Kera. Mustafa Khalaf. Ali Mohammed Khan. Sharjil Khan. Dobi Mumchilov Kichikov. Jake Reed Kim. Christina Kim. Emma Chantel Kinch with distinction. Adam Franklin Klassen. Louisa Kleshik. Judah Cornelson. Connor Douglas Glenn Croach. Matthew Albert Lafferty. Also receiving a certificate in leadership, Ophelia Lockye Lamb with distinction. Rachel Janice Land with distinction. Crystal Chibabai Langat. Matthew James Lapac. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Joanne Lee. Also receiving a certificate in international learning, Suyon Lee. C.U. Michelle Lee. Hannah Jean Lemire with distinction. Amaris Leanne Lusink with distinction. Eleni Genevieve Anthea Mahala Lewis. Chenjia Lee. Randa Lee. Wen Lee. Shimin Liang. Hayden Scott Levers. Chiashi Lin. Cassiel Yu. Hao Liu. Stephen Tian Xiang Liu. Bernardo Ivan Lomeli. Dennis To Lu. Martin Lino Lubaggio with distinction. Junyan Do. Hannah Liu. Ryan Adam Ma. Nathan Michael Makarowski. Gian Kayla Manansala. Emily Marfleet. Tyler Jordan Martins. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Ilushka Maskalovchik. Adam Salman Mawani with distinction. Cedric Mbumba Bakalabamba, also receiving a certificate in real estate. Ty Jeffrey McEwen. Zachary James McCrae. Krishnika Minakshi Sundaram. McKenna Francis Jean Mercier with distinction. Philip Atsia Meheso. Armin Rahim Mita with distinction. François Daniel Mochi with distinction. Cesar Andres Montesinos. Keshini Munian with distinction. Bianca Morgan. Connor John Elliott Morrison. Kaylin Emiko Morrison with distinction. Hamza Musa. Debosri Mukherjee with distinction. Daniel Mukiza. Igor Olekseyov Muzechka. Zach Nabulsi. Mackenzie Page Natura with distinction. Daniela Paula Nadeau. Reese Ann Nauman with distinction. Bonita Joyce Ng. Kwan Fan Ng. Vicky Yu Nyo. Cecilia Nguyen. Tuan Man Nguyen with distinction. Yvonne Anna Nguyen with distinction. Stacy O. Jaren Kurt Alfred Ollendorf with distinction. Ivy Constance Oninsko with distinction. Luke Henry Pantelak. Also receiving a certificate in international learning, Chloe Park. Peter Rock Park. Matthew Reginald Pate. Anushri Patel with distinction. Daria Patel. Jinal Patel. Kimberly Pham. Katarina Peterpishin. James Allen Podolsky. Victoria Pucci. Manahil Kaiser with distinction. Kevin Q. Kwok with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Grace Cueva with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in leadership, Abhyad Raman. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Ahmed Rajeh. Manav Rana. Karolina Melgorzata Rauchinska with distinction. Hao Yang Ren. Logan Shea Rennie Krasowski. Cody Allen Roberge. Scott Anthony Roberts with distinction. Tavis Reed Rodeker. Bianca Denise Tabien Rodriguez. Spencer Gibb Rolfson. Claire Elizabeth Roy. Bryce John Rule with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Don Smith Santil-Laguerre. Also receiving a certificate in leadership, Afreen Samnani with distinction. Kirat Singh Sandhu with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Mandeep Singh Sandhu with distinction. Rahana Savani with distinction. Tanner Ray Schneer. Receiving a certificate in sustainability, as well as a certificate in international learning, Marlena Elise Schreiner with distinction. Aidan Joseph Schroe with distinction. Marvin Meng Sito with distinction. Wayne Sito. Also receiving a certificate in innovation and entrepreneurship and a certificate in global citizenship, Hamza Shazad with distinction. Mahmouda Rahim Sheikh. Ethan Francis Shen. Yulan Shen. Zachary Thomas Sherburne. Erin Kaur Shergel. Mingwei Shi with distinction. Yihong Shi. Ryan Kyoshi Alexander Shimizu. Devin Shukla. Also receiving a certificate in innovation and entrepreneurship and a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Kendra Maureen Sikot. Israel Gurion Simeon with distinction. Austin Slater. Katrina Megan Smith. Sana Sohail. Yidan Song. Jade Rose Susi. Nathaniel Edward Sproul with distinction. Isaiah Jonathan Sachito. Antoni Voldemar Stefaniki with distinction. Tanner Paul Stefanik. Hang Su. Jiamin Su. Will Su. Wyatt R. Schultz with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Richard Sun. Wei Cheng Sun. Shailene Elsie Sundley. Junaid Amirali Suthar. Haley Danielle Sutherland. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability and a certificate in real estate, Sayem Talukdar. Annie Tan. Erica Haley Tang with distinction. Riley Tang. Yiki Tang. Jingyi Tao with distinction. Daniela Elizabeth Thomas. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Jaden Janhan To. Keng Ho Tong. Austin Ross Topilki. Samuel Elijah Tsang. Ken Tu. Cassie Ray Ursulak. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Harris Bichier Valdez. Wyatt Vandal. Raquel Aurora Vargas. Vishal Haresh and Hansa Vicaria with distinction. Asta Vora. Hector Yang Vorn. Also receiving a certificate in leadership, Alexander Evgeny Vochkov. Sarang Weimar. Haurun Wang. Menki Wang with distinction. Suri Wang. Also receiving a certificate in community engagement and service learning, Eric Leonard Weidman with distinction. Drew Matthew Brandel Weller with distinction. Rachel Dominique Wellington with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in innovation and entrepreneurship, Morgan Riley Allen Wilson. Ayomide Bisinyo Wally Abekoba. Alex Jordan Wong with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in innovation and entrepreneurship, Carlina Ashlyn Wong. Marklin Servito Wong. Also receiving a certificate in civil military leadership and a certificate in real estate, Morgan Wong. Yalin Wu. Peiying Shi. Hans Shu. Connor John Yakimchuk. Jaden Yang. Kevin Yao. Jiying Yu. Miriam Anna Zamponi. Also receiving a certificate in real estate, Kristen Amy Zanello with distinction. Chen Zhang. James Marui Zhang with distinction. Liansheng Zhang. Luan Zhang with distinction. Scott Zhang. Heiyin Zhao. Lachlan Zhao. Jialin Zheng. Ivy Zhu. Meiyi Zhou. Yuang Zhou. Ruofan Zhuang. Yiyang Zhou. Nicholas Vonimir Zvonkovich with distinction. Eminent Chancellor Emanos for the degree of, au grade de bilingual Bachelor of Commerce, Baccalauréat bilingue en Administration des Affaires, Alison Margaret McDonald Brown with distinction. Ashley Stanun Clark. Jane Pamela Fussell with distinction. Stephen Iradakunda. Alexandra Marina Markievich with distinction. Sam Drew Wildridge.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you the remaining scholars whose names appear in the Convocation program, but who are not in attendance.
So congratulations to our graduates. You made it. And to family and friends in the audience, I think this moment merits a standing ovation, so please join me and celebrate their success. And to our graduates, I think there's another group in the audience that also deserves a standing ovation. And I invite you to stand and turn and thank your family and friends who sustained you through this journey. And now it's time to turn to the final part of today's ceremony. And before you are formally welcomed into the University of Alberta Alumni Association, I invite you to watch the screens for a presentation of a special video montage. And the song that accompanies the video, Je te retrouve, or I Remember You, was commissioned by Campus Saint-Jean in 2008 in honor of the university's centenary. I think it captures the potential of days spent at the university, and hopefully it will spark many memories of your years here. And the song is also a display of U of A's talents. It was composed by Professor Emeritus and Honorary Degree recipient, Dr. France Levasseur-Ouimet, and was arranged by U of A alumnus, Dr. Alan Bevan. And the recording is performed by Chorale Saint-Jean under the direction of Laurier Fagnon. And I have to tell you, this is one of my favorite parts of the ceremony. This video never fails to bring a tear to my eye. I think you're going to love it. Thank you.
To Eminent Chancellor, thank you, merci. To the graduating class of 2023, you have shown incredible resiliency, drive, and determination to be here today. Congratulations and welcome. My name is Ashton Rudanik, and I graduated from the University of Alberta with an MBA in 2016 and a BCom in 2012 from the Alberta School of Business. It is my honor to congratulate you on becoming a U of A alumnus and to officially welcome you to our alumni family. We are more than 300,000 strong, living in some 140 countries around the world. We are a supportive, proud, diverse global network, collectively making extraordinary contributions to the alumni community, the university, and for the public good. Together, we are change makers, community builders, world shapers. Throughout the history of the university, our world has faced many challenges, but when we stand together, we generate solutions that make us healthier, safer, stronger, and more just. We will always be seeking, always be challenging, and most of all, always be leading. Like our university, our alumni lead with purpose. Félicitations et bonne chance. Congratulations and best wishes in all your future adventures. Thank you.
In closing, I'd like to offer a few words of thanks. First, to Dr. Bert Crowfoot. Thank you once again for sharing your story and your wisdom with our university family. You are an inspiring example of leadership, service, and accomplishment. And in accepting this honorary degree, you bring great honor to the University of Alberta. Thank you so much. I also wish to thank our talented vocalist, Jin Yu, and our outstanding Convocation band under the direction of Dr. Thomas Dust. Thank you very much. And I want to acknowledge the hard work of the staff of the Office of the Registrar and the Office of the Senate for their organization of today's convocation. Not surprisingly, there is a huge amount of work that goes on behind the scenes. So please join me in giving them a well-deserved thank you. I'm pleased to invite everyone to stay around after we're finished here this morning, congregate out there in the lobby and take some time to share this special moment with your friends and family. Finally, to our graduates, congratulations for all that you have accomplished leading up to the conferral of your degree. Your convocation today symbolizes what we can achieve together, how we can uplift the whole people, how we can continue to explore, and more important than ever, how we can steadfastly pursue the truth. All of that is possible when we unleash the creativity, energy, ideas, and compassion of the students who are graduating today and will lead the way for tomorrow. It truly is a gift for me as Chancellor to stand here today and to look out on all of you on such an exciting day. It brings such an amazing feeling of hope. I see those sparks of excitement and determination that each of you brings, and it inspires me to believe that the future is definitely in good hands. I hope you feel incredibly proud of what you have accomplished in your years at our university. You have spent hours, months, and years listening and learning, digging into complex issues and topics, thinking critically about some of the most pressing issues of our time, sharing time with friends and colleagues, and preparing for wherever your journey takes you next. In turn, we are incredibly proud of all of you, our newest graduates. You inspire us and bring us hope for the future. Whatever path you choose, I encourage you above all else to understand you can make a positive difference in our world, and we're counting on you to do that. and I can assure you that the University of Alberta will be here cheering you on from the sidelines as each of you pursues your next hopes and dreams. Congratulations once again. Enjoy your celebration today.
His honor, please.